What is good, LG crew? You know how we do. This is LukeGabriel here, aka Energy Bricks, back with another video. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to play defense in NBA Phenom and NBA Finals, and ball out all of that. So we're gonna go ahead and break it down basically, and just show you guys how to play better defense. And as you can see here, I've updated my practice court. This is what you should call it. I mean, I don't know what to call it, but anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the video. So basically what you want to do first is enable shift lock, which most games should have a shift lock. If you don't know how to do that, make sure you turn it on right here. Shift lock switch on mobile device, it's already there, so you want to turn it on. What you want to do is you want to get used to moving back and forth with left or right, or A and D. If you're on PC, A and D. Just want to get used to this right here. Just want to get used to moving around like this, and then you kind of want to follow this arc as you're playing defense, right? Because just in case someone is going to body you, you know, you can twist your body a bit, which I'll talk about later, how not to get bodied. But yeah, you just want to practice moving left to right with speed and accuracy. You don't want to just do this back and forth, because this is not going to help. You kind of want to like stop and go, stop a little bit, stop and go, do a little hesitation moves like these, because these are going to help. Like if you work on these little quick hesitations as you play defense, it's a lot easier for you to move back, a lot easier for you to switch directions if you have to. And it's just a lot easier basically for you to play defense if you can just do these hesitations here and there, because once you start reading defenders, we'll talk about that next. Once you start reading defenders, you'll start to understand, oh, since I'm doing this, I can just quickly move over to the next I can quickly change directions. So yeah, so this is the first thing in playing defense. Now, the third thing you want to do is you want to read the defender correctly, right? So you kind of want to first find what's common. So do they like to fake a lot? Do they switch directions near the baseline? So let's say a person likes to do this a lot. They like to do a lot of fakes. They like to do a lot of fakes. These are fakes. They like to do a lot of fakes. Like these are fakes. They like to fake you out like this. You know, these are fakes. These are fakes. Or do they switch directions near the baseline? So a lot of people, when they get to this area right here, they like to cut back over here, right? So if they do that, your best bet is you probably want to cut them off. So let's say they're right. Oh my gosh. So let's say they like to do this, right? They come over here. I can move my character. So let's say that they have the ball right here, right? What do I turn on? There we go. So let's say they have the ball right here. They say they have the ball right here, and then they go over here, right? And so they're over here. What you want to do, right, is just cut their path off. You just want to cut that path off before they get there. Now, when you're playing defense, yeah, you kind of want to read the defender a second earlier. So you kind of have to bait, basically. You kind of have to be the bait. You kind of have to control their offense in a sense, because if they're controlling you while they're playing defense, then you're doing the wrong thing. You want to be controlling them. You want to kind of move them where they're uncomfortable and stuff like that. So if you can do that, if you can kind of lead them to where you want to lead them, it's an easy steal, right? So you go over here, they cut back, boom, quick little so let's say you're playing defense, cut back, boom, easy steal. Another thing, you know, just patterns basically. So like, does he do two behind the backs, then switches direction? So he does two behind the backs, then he switches direction. Does he do that? And does he do that? Does he do fakes? Does he do two fakes and then he cuts back? Stuff like that. You just have to find a pattern. Because basically when you're playing, let's say you're playing ball out, right? And you're defending someone, or you're just defending someone in a game, right? This is not a shooting tutorial. Let's say you're just defending someone, right? And when you play them a lot, when you're guarding them out here, right? Or you're guarding them somewhere here, you kind of want to find a pattern in the ball handler. So you kind of have to figure out what he likes to do a lot. You just have to figure out what he likes to do a lot. If there's a certain combo that you read and he's like, oh, he's gonna do this move and then he's gonna cut back, or he's gonna go this way and then he's gonna go this way again, you know, just you gotta read your defender. That's what you have to do. That's the biggest key in, and that's offense too. You kind of figure out how to get open, right? That's the main point. You get open to get your shot open, or to get your shot up. But in defense, it's the same way. You gotta read the player. You gotta figure out what he likes to do and what he likes, what he doesn't do, in a sense. So if there are always different types of ball handlers that like to do something always similar, you know, they have their certain combo that they always love to do, and they do it all the time, and they think, oh, it's gonna get him every single time. But that's not the case. When you're a good defender, you can understand that, oh, he's gonna do this same exact combo and I can read it. I'm gonna cut him off at the exact same time. So yeah, that's basically that's like the biggest thing about defending. So I have some other tips. So the tips to not get bodied is basically you want to turn your character so that you are parallel to the ball handler. So let's say the person's right here. He's got a ball. I don't know if I can get a ball. Yeah, he can get a ball. So let's say he's got a ball, right? And then he's gonna move his character just a tiny bit like this. Like he's just gonna move it this much. Like enough to get you bodied. Because if you're just following him like this, that's an easy body for him. He can just go like this. He can just go like this. He can just go shoot, and you get bodied by him, right? What you want to do is you want to stay parallel to the defender. So you want to, as he's doing it, you kind of want to back off, pressing A and S like this. So what you want to do is, yeah, just make this motion of getting to that spot. Or what you can do, it's pretty easy, is just get out of shift lock and just follow him like that, and then get back into it. Also, here's a quick tip. This is a really easy tip. If people like to spin a lot, right, they like to do all this stuff right here, you know, they like to do that. All you gotta do is just stay in front like this. All you gotta do is stay in front, and then if you see an opening, you can kind of push up a bit. You can push up a bit, try and get the ball, because if they're literally doing that the whole time, it's an easy steal. Like, you're gonna get the ball every single time. I promise you. You just stand put. Don't even fake him. Another really easy tip is for anyone that plays NBA Phenom. If you have people that always defend the person over here, all you gotta do is just stand right here. You can stand right here, and everyone who tries to shoot will never get their shot, because this is where they always shoot, right? You can also go over here. It's the same place. Like if someone always loves to do these 100s right here, they love to do these 100s right here, and you can't stop him, all you gotta do is just stand right here, and then they can't. If everyone else is defending, like all of your other teammates are defending, you can just stand right here, because there's a 99% chance they're not gonna make it here because of how NBA Phenom works. But yeah, that's how you play defense in NBA Phenom. Because honestly, you stand right there. So okay, I have some other tips for you guys. So actual other tips. The first thing that you don't want to do is to fall for the fakes, because that's how a lot of people get open, right? They do this a lot. Fakes. What you want to do is never fall for them. Never fall for a fake. It's better to get crossed like this. It's better to get crossed like that instead of getting faked out. Because if you get faked out, there's a better chance for them to get open, because if they have to do a certain move, look how long it takes to do it behind the back. They can just, it's gonna take a while for them. So because a fake, you don't have to do a lot for a fake. You just have to fake them, right? You don't even have to move the other way back. You can just fake them. It's so easy for people to get open because of fakes. That's bad. But if you can not hesitate to the fake, or if you can read the fake, so let's say someone fakes right here and they go back, right? So let's say I'm right here and they fake me out. I can just stay right here, and then when they come back, let's say they come back right here, you just steal the ball. So what I'm saying is, let's say they do this fake right here. Say they do this. They do this, right? They do that. What you want to do is just stay right in front and don't even fall for it. It's better to like, let's say they do this instead. Let's say they they actually do this move, then you can get back on defense. It's not that hard. Like, even if you get beat, like, there's a good chance that you're gonna get there faster than getting faked out, because getting faked out, they have a lot more room to move. Because if they have to create more space than you're willing to give them, then you're playing good defense. But if they're doing little to no moves in order to beat you off of or in order to get open, then you're playing bad defense. So don't fall for these fakes. Don't ever fall for these fakes, because you can get the ball pretty easily if you do. But yeah. Next thing that you want to do, basically, is to never jump when people are ready to shoot. There's no point in doing that. Unless you know they're a pretty slow shooter and whatnot. Like, there's no point in having to jump. Like, you don't have to jump. Like, if they're open right here, and you know they hesitate you out, or they pump fake, kind of, you know, like, and if a real life pump fake was this, they would do that. Like, don't jump, because one, jumping, you can't really move around when you jump. You can see I can't move a lot when I'm in the air. So when you stay put, you're able to, let's say they do the fake. Oh, fake. You can get that back. You can read that and cut them off or whatnot. So yeah, don't do that. But let's say there's an actual person that's open right here, and you really can't get, let's say you're all the way, so let's say a person has a ball right here, and you're all the way like over here in the corner. What you want to do, so let's say they take a while to shoot, or like let's say it's just hard, right, for you to come back, and like this type of defense right here, that's not good. What you want to do instead is, well, one, if they do this a lot, then I wouldn't. If they, let's say they do this and then they do that, then don't jump. Or they do this and then they do that, don't jump. But if you know they're a corner shooter and they always shoot that corner, that was a bad shot. What you want to do is jump a second earlier. That way, because on their screen, it will look like that you just jumped with them. So let's say someone's jumping. Every time I play the game, right, you always jump at the same time as the person, right? But in that case, it's already delayed for them. So what you want to do is jump earlier so that you can actually get an actual contest, like an actual contested shot. So yeah, there's just some quick tips, man, on playing defense and just getting better, man. Another thing you do is, this is kind of like an advanced trick or an advanced tip, is to kind of mess with their mind. So this is one of Trey's tactics. So let's say someone likes going right all the time. They like going right all the time. You pretend you read them, right? That you're gonna beat them to their spot. Then you fake back, because if they always love to go right, there's a good chance they're gonna go back if you cut them off. So like right here, you can just cut them off. But if they like to move directions and a lot, then just stay put. Not stay put, but just follow them around. Like, defense is probably one of the hardest things to do in this game, because if people are really good handlers, they know how to beat the defense. But yeah, hesitate your movement and stuff like that. Don't stay in shift lock for too long, because you can get bodied. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Moving your mouse kind of helps sometimes, but if you're just moving it just a tiny bit each time, you're not moving it. If you're just doing this is bad defense, right? And then you kind of move like that. You kind of want to move your camera around, like where the defender's kind of trying to do their move and stuff. You can kind of read them. You can this is how you kind of mess with their mind, with like trying to figure out what they want to do in a sense. So yeah, this is basically the end of the video, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial, man. Make sure you work on playing better defense. And yeah, this is LukeGabriel right here, aka Hendrick, signing out. Peace. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.